Hello and welcome. Building a media empire in the Middle East is something of an achievement, especially for someone just in their 30s. But this energetic entrepreneur built a newspaper business that included the most widely circulated classified ads paper. Then he set his heart on television. This week on One on One, meet the founder of Al Ghad newspaper, the young and highly driven creative publisher, Mohammed Alayyan. With fairly humble roots tracing back to the town of Hebron, it's in modern Jordan that Mohammed Alayyan made his fortune. He studied at university in Britain, which took him closer to Manchester United, the football team he fanatically follows, though a knee injury put an end to his hopes of playing soccer professionally. A drive to build companies and create new opportunities is at the center of Alayyan's philosophy. Alayyan went on to create one of the country's most popular newspapers, Al Ghad, before bringing together a top team of journalists to launch Jordan's first independent television channel, ATV. That met political resistance as it planned to launch in the summer of 2007. But that hasn't stopped one of Amman's youngest entrepreneurs from looking for new ways to make his mark. Mohammed, it's great to talk with you.
Thank you very much.
Now, you've achieved an incredible amount at a very early age. I mean, young age, I should say, early 30s, and you've managed to do so much. What's the driving force?
Well, of course, success is one of the driving force. However, success has different meanings to me. One of the driving forces that I get, and I get a kick out of it, is basically the people around me, the happiness that I bring to the people around me who work for me, and the dedication that they put into their business. We're in the business of people. And that's very important for me. I believe that's very important for the people around me that work for me, that believe in me. That's one of the major driving forces for me.
You are an entrepreneur, though, and obviously you like the challenge. You take on challenges. Are you one of these people who sees a challenge at every corner and has to go for it?
You know, Rez, in Arabic, the difference between al-mughamara and al-muqamara, which is gambling and adventure, is one letter.
So are you an adventurer or a gambler?
So a lot of people say that, I'm in between. I don't think I'm a gambler. I do like risks. I do take a challenge on, and I like that. I do take, when people say, you're crazy. And along the way, I've done things that have, in Jordan, especially in Jordan, people said, you know what, you're crazy. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. And I did it, and that's also one of the driving forces for success. I think that it ticks me when people say, no, you can't do that.
But with Al Ghad, your newspaper and the TV station, it's actually a major challenge in somewhere like the Middle East, which hasn't been used to independent media.
Of course it's a challenge. I believe there's so many things around the media that needs development, and not only in Jordan, in the Middle East. And it was a huge... one of the main things, like you said, the challenges of independent media for Al Ghad to succeed. There's a lot of challenges, but you learn to live and you come up with creative ideas, but they don't stop you. And that's the main challenge, that you come up with creative ideas that you can overcome these challenges. And I think that's what makes special entrepreneurs rather than normal entrepreneurs. I believe I'm yet to be special. I'm hoping to be special like Ted Turner, but I think I'm on the way there. But I think...
You don't believe people are born special? I've heard you say that.
No, I don't believe people are born. I think circumstances, the way people cope with other people and in circumstances, that's what makes them special. How they act, how they behave, how they talk in these circumstances, that really make them special.
And you're very hands-on with your business too, aren't you? You're there, you're in the corridors, you've got your sleeves rolled up, you're down in the printing presses, in the newsrooms.
Yeah, and I started with a weekly newspaper, a freely distributed classified ads, and I've distributed that newspaper. I went one day on a Friday and I said, listen, I'm going to go out with the distributors and I'm going to take a distribution line, I'm going to distribute it. And I like that. I like to be with the people. It's not that I want to be hands-on. It's just I like to be around the people I work with, and I think it's important for them to see me. And we're almost a group of 1,000 employees. I don't pretend to know all of them, but I know them by face, and that's important because in our business, in the media, as you know, it's all about the people. It is the people that make you or break you. So if they don't know you, and the person behind this success, they're not going to give 100% to it.
Let's see where this all started then. Let's go back to your family history, because I know you had fairly humble beginnings. Your father was selling fruit from a trolley, I think, downtown. Actually, tell me first about the Banana Man.
Well, it started with my grandfather, of course. My family, although we're from Hebron, they were living in Jerusalem. So in 1948, after the 1948 war, they moved to Amman and they started his own business. That had a lot with the fact that he just wanted to do anything and build a home. And he worked very hard and wanted to build his home there because of what happened in Jerusalem and Hebron. And I think he was even more creative than me today, because he started in the fruit business. My grandfather, Mohammed Alayyan, the first. So what he did is basically he imported and exported and grew fruits. And one of the places he went, he was the first man to introduce bananas to Iran. I was shocked the other day to know this in the early 60s. And I think he became known as the Banana Man in Iran and Mohammed Alayyan. So that, if you think about it, today that might not be that creative, but I'm sure at that time, everybody in Jordan said, "Hey, Muhammad, where are you going?" "I'm going to Iran to sell bananas." "Oh, you must be crazy."
So maybe it came from him, because I know you were very close with him. And he used to wake you up 4 or 5 in the morning and take you out to the plantation.
He used to wake me up in the morning, "Come, we're going to the plantation." And you know what? He used to know every single name of his workers that worked on the farms. And that shocked me. And one of the things that really shocked me about him, he never said no to any help for persons who wanted to build a home. And that meant a lot to me, because that I think came from the fact that he lost his home in 48 in Jerusalem and in Hebron. And he was known for never refusing anybody that came to him. He said, "I needed money to build a house." And he would give him. How small or how big, it doesn't matter. But he always believed that to build that. And he was always the driving force behind me, waking me up early in the morning. For example, he had a tire company. He used to wake me up saying, "Come on, I need some people to help me to move the inventory." And I used to go and I used to work. And I moved with him, and he was good with numbers. He wasn't educated, my grandfather. He was a very humble man. He was known to the people. But he was clever with numbers.
He had expectations of you. I think he wanted you to go and study finance and stuff, didn't he?
I wanted to study international relations. So I went to University of Kent, and a week into the course started, my grandfather phones me up, son, what are you studying?" And I said, "Grandfather, I'm studying international relations." "International relations? Politics? No. This can't be done. We're not politicians, son. Go into business. Go into economics." So I thought about what can I do? So I changed my major from international relations into economics and politics. That's a sort of meet me halfway there, economics, politics. So I phoned him again. I said, "Grandpa, don't worry. I changed into economics and politics." And I said, "Where's the accounting?" I said, "Grandpa, I have 2 majors." And he said, no, where's the accounting? I want accounting. You have to study accounting, because we're in the business. We're in the trade business, so you have to do that. So I went back to the professor and I said, "Professor, I need to study accounting." And he said, "You must be crazy." And I said, no, really, my 3 subjects I need to do accounting because my family needs me to study accounting. And I did it. I studied economics, politics with accounting. And really, I studied this major because of my grandfather.
Your mother as well was very close to you. I mean, which is unusual to some degree, isn't it? The kind of relationship you had with her was a little unusual for an young Arab lad.
Yeah, my mother is she's a true mother. She was never educated. She like an Arab. She's a true Arab mom. She really gave 110% all the time. And although she never made us feel that she was away for any minute, and she would never say no. Even today, she would. It's amazing because she would phone me up. "Do you want me to send you food to the office?" I said, "No, Mom, I'm fine, really. Do you want me to do anything?" And she has I think she has the biggest heart I've ever known.
And of course, you have your own family as well. Tell me about the wow moment you had with your wife, who's actually a member of the royal family as well.
Yes, but I didn't know that, of course, and we definitely lead a very normal life. I met her in a party, and actually, when I met her, I knew I was going to marry her, because she was, there were so many people, I didn't see anybody except her in that party, and I acted kind of cool, and I didn't want to get too close to, these things. So no, I got a friend to introduce me to her, and I was lucky. She wanted to, we exchanged numbers, and we met, and almost a year after that, we were married.
Mohammed, don't go away. We're going to take a very short break here. We're back with more with Mohammed Alayyan
Thank you.
in just a moment.